Today, guys, we're showing you the ultimate free-to-play guide here inside of Sell Lemons on Roblox. This is going to help you progress and make a ton of money while still being completely free-to-play and not having to do pretty much anything that costs money inside of this game. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video. Like I said in the beginning of this video, an ultimate beginner's guide, but also a free-to-play guide for the game Sell Lemons. Now, by the way, like always, if you guys do want to be entered in my Game Pass giveaway, all you guys have to do is leave a like on this video, comment your username down below, and do make sure to subscribe. Helps out the channel a ton. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers, or 300,000 subscribers, so it would mean a lot if you guys did subscribe. So yeah, let's get into this video. Sell Lemons can honestly feel pretty pay to win at some point. There are game passes, boots, remote buy, forever purchases, and so much that can make it seem like you should just spend Robux. So if you're stuck, this is the guide for you. First, let's talk about early game, because there's a lot of players messing up when it comes to early game stuff. When you start Sell Lemons, your main goal is simple. You need to increase your income as fast as possible. This means you should be focusing on your money making upgrades around the map. You'll see a bunch of buttons that let you upgrade different parts of your tycoon. Every time you buy one of these upgrades, your income will get better and lets you buy even more upgrades. And there's different types of buttons across the map. The red ones are just like the physical building and structure. These ones, yellow ones, are actually the upgrades themselves, the money upgrades. So when you do those, you're going to be making more money quicker. But of course, you do need to buy these normal upgrades right here, because again, like I said, these also still increase your alien investors and all that stuff, which I'll show you guys in a second what that even is if you haven't already gotten that. And obviously, this is a free to play guide, so you probably have some of this stuff already. But again, a lot of these tips haven't really been mentioned before, so I'm going to show you basically all of these things. In the beginning, don't overthink it too much. You basically just want to run around and buy the next button that the game tells you to buy. If you look at the bottom right of your screen, you should see a question mark, and when you click it, there's going to tell you what the next upgrade actually is, which is super helpful. So it has literally just an arrow pointing you to what the next upgrade is, and then you can run over and buy it. So very quick and very beneficial, especially if you're kind of struggling on what you should buy next and all that. So when you buy more, obviously it's going to say next and then tell you where to go buy stuff. So if you jump down here, boom, that's the strategy right there. You should just want to follow the arrows. Super easy, and most people already know this, but again, I'm just going to say this as if it hasn't already been said before, because a lot of people need to be doing it. This is super duper useful, this whole arrow thing. And eventually, once you level up more, you'll unlock the manage menu button. So this right here is very helpful for upgrading stuff that you're kind of far away from. I've been using this a lot, and you should too, because it's going to save you time walking from place to place. So yeah, so basically, instead of running around the map wasting time, you know what to buy, and you're pretty easily able to do that. So then yeah, another tip that helps a lot in, you know, early game is playing with your friends, right? So like I said, with this whole thing, upgrading, it makes it way faster, and that's kind of what we're aiming for, is to make stuff way faster. Playing with your friends gives you a ×2 money boost. It doesn't stack, so you only really want to have one friend in the server. Having a bunch in the server isn't going to make your boost any higher or any lower or anything like that. So do know that you just want one person in the server with you. Now, I've gone over this before, but again, this is the free to play guide, so you want to be implementing all of these when you're playing, because if you're not, you're going to be pretty far behind, and you're going to have a pretty big issue with just money and progressing overall. So make sure you're doing what I'm telling you in this video. Alrighty, so the next thing we need to go ahead and talk about, other than just, you know, playing with your friend, is rebirths. All right, so rebirths are very important. If you don't know how rebirths work or how you get them, they're actually unlocked after you hit a certain amount of money. As you can see right here, I have a 1% investor cash. So this gives me, each rebirth gives me a 1% more cash. So currently right now I have over 12 quintillion% more cash because I have that many investors. So rebirths are very important, especially if you're free to play. So just keep that in mind. And if you want to know when you should rebirth and when you shouldn't, it's whenever you basically click rebirth and it says that's a lot. When it says that's not very much, that's a no-go. Do not rebirth if it says that's not very much. Only rebirth when it says that's a lot. And that's usually when it's going to be like 10 or 20 times what you already have. That's when you know it's time to rebirth, and that's when I recommend rebirthing. So do keep that in mind. Rebirthing is very important, but there's also, you know, a lot of other stuff in this game that we have to cover other than just rebirthing, because again, you know, that's not going to do everything for you. So I'm going to buy all of this stuff while I keep going, and basically giving you more free to play tips, because I am completely free to play. I've bought nothing inside of the game. I haven't had a ton of time to actually play the game recently, so I am a bit behind when it comes to some of the stuff. I should probably have already beat the whole game by now, but I just haven't had as much time to finish it. But yeah, it's very simple game. Now that you basically understand the basics of, you know, more investors equals more money, a good rule to follow is only rebirth. Like I said, when the investors you'll gain is around 10 times the ones you currently have. So that's when you kind of know when to invest and when not to. Now let's talk about alien investors. Alien investors unlock once you reach 77 sextillion cash, or around that much. When you get to that point, the alien investor system starts becoming part of the progression. Each investor gives you cash boost. So that's the whole rebirth thing that I was talking about earlier, and that's just like the specific stats. So if you're free to play and you're trying to progress faster, the next thing you want to do is get the UFO alien key, which is what is going to take this from 1% cash to 2% cash. So instead of 4 quintillion, I would have around 9 quintillion investors. So it's just a good boost to have. So I do have a bunch of full guides on how to complete the maze and all that. I haven't done on this. I showed, like, I made the videos and then I was like, I'm not going to do it because I was too lazy. But yeah, you want to jump down into this sewer right here and then follow both of my maze guides. I have 2 different maze guides. One's the sewer and alien investor maze guide. And then the other one is just the sewer guide. So if you run over to, I believe right here, this is just a free way to get money. And there's a bunch of other free ways to make money that I will be showing later on in this video. But yeah, basically UFO key is going to take your alien investors from 1% to 2%. So overall, you're going to be making a lot more money and you're going to be making it a lot faster. So it is something to look at and it's something to definitely do and consider. The tutorial isn't too bad, but just check out my other tutorials on it and they should help you through the process pretty easily and you shouldn't have too many problems. Now, the UFO key, like I said, equals better alien investor cash and that equals faster progression overall. So now the next thing we're going to talk about is evolutions, so this is honestly such a, really perfect way to keep progressing. So alien investors are great, but evolutions are even better. Evolutions are the biggest boost in the game. Once you hit 500 quadrillion investors, you unlock the purple portal, also known as the void. This is when evolutions come in and each evolution will give you a massive speed boost. Each evolution will give a 42 times income boost at first, but then obviously it will just scale. It will multiply over time and it'll just turn into a massive multiplier. And this resets everything inside the game. So it resets your alien investors and all of that. So it's like almost like a rebirth for your alien investors. That's kind of the way I think about it. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is Ascensions, which on this account, I don't have any, but Ascensions are very, very important. So I'm just going to reset my character. So this is going to give you some very, very powerful boosts inside of the game, like global cash multipliers and forever purchases. And for forever purchases allow you to buy an upgrade and you keep that upgrade forever. Like no matter how many times you rebirth, evolve, or ascend, you'll always have that upgrade. So that's why forever upgrades are so broken. So this is my base and I currently have no forever upgrades because I haven't ascended yet. They're literally so good. Forever upgrades are so good. Now, usually people will spend money on these, but if you can ascend, you'll get them for free and you won't have to spend money on forever upgrades. So make sure you're ascending, and Ascensions reset everything. They reset your alien investors. They reset your evolutions. They reset quite literally everything, which is why, again, they're so overpowered and they actually give you that boost. So make sure, of course, that you have Ascensions if you're able to actually get them. Now, I know not everyone can get Ascensions super easily, so that's not like a super duper easy thing to do. That is the next step. Now, the next step for free to play people is going to be this remote buy thing, which again, I still haven't even unlocked yet. Usually you can spend around 900 Robux or you can save 99 if you have a Roblox Plus. That's going to make it where you can literally just buy upgrades without having to go around and click all the buttons, which will save you time, which will give you ultimately faster progression. So that is very, very important. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is ways to make money while you're just sitting here. And let's say you're stuck and you don't want to rebirth like this. Like, for example, this is not worth rebirthing for me quite yet. I want that to be in the hundreds of quintillions before I actually rebirth. The strategy that I use is going and playing every single one of the mini games because that is going to be such a free way to make money while you're sitting here and you pretty much have to do nothing but just sit here. So I'm going to wait for this to get up until like a couple hundred. So it's going to go down. We'll see. It's still going down. Wow, it's still going down. Hopefully it goes back up. All right, boom. I'm selling. If it goes up again, I'll buy again, but it looks like it's kind of just, tapering down. Yeah, it's done. It's definitely done. So we made 68 octodecillion cash, which can just go straight into that. It's going to make that go up faster. So if you're trying to get these upgrades, it's worth doing these mini games because you're just going to passively make money while you do them. So I'm going to run over here and I'm going to jump and do these mini games. And yeah, mini games are overall just a very, very good thing. In a second, I'm going to talk about even more upgrades and features that you need to be using inside of the game. Now, if you're wanting to win this mini game every time, use an auto clicker. I personally recommend the Exopanda auto clicker because it has so many customizations. I recommend that for pretty much any game that you want to play. It's genuinely the best macro out there. So yeah, boom, we just won. And now we get 93 octodecillion, just like that. Super easy. And boom, that will just get added to our amount. Now, the next thing that I recommend and that a lot of people don't know is the tree picking method. So yeah, you can actually pick this off tree and it will give you free money. So we're getting so much from this. Now, the next thing along with the trees, if you go to your powers, you'll see that there's actually an expert picker thing right here, and it will basically multiply the income from picking these trees. So as you can see, you're making a ton of free money from doing this. So if you're needing money while you're waiting, this is another thing you can go do is pick all this off the trees. Highly recommend doing it because it's such a free way just to make money and you pretty much have to do nothing. So might as well do it. And they do regenerate pretty quickly. So essentially, guys, that is pretty much it on the free to play guide. That is pretty much everything you need to know when it comes to the free to play guide here on Roblox. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, helps with the channel ton. We're literally so close to 100K, so it'd mean a lot if you guys subscribed, and I'll see you guys next video.